everyone, John and Jen here from Long and Foster Real Estate to give you our predictions for the 2023 real estate market. No, we don't have a crystal ball, but I do have this adorable snow globe. Isn't it so cute?
It is. Does that thing work on horses?
It does.
Oh.
Fancy.
Anyway, in all seriousness.
Yes, in all seriousness, we did recently sit down in a webinar to help you make informed decisions about real estate. Now, you may have heard on the national news how good or bad the market is doing, but our purpose here is to help you focus on the happenings in our local market.
And the good news is there's no reason to be scared. The news exists to sell fear because you pay attention to that. Reality is three things drive the housing market. Employment, do you have a job? The amount of inventory, is there too much or too little, supply and demand? And then last but not least, distress sales, people behind on their mortgage or underwater. Employment is good. There's almost no distress sales right now, historically low rates, and there's still a shortage of houses to be bought.
That's right.
So it's good.
Exactly. So we do have a shortage issue, and that low inventory will remain probably through the early part of 2023 because our market is still adjusting from that crazy market we just left in the summer of 22. But buyers have a mindset, and I am hearing this from buyers that they're going to wait for the prices to drop. Then I'm going to jump back into the real estate market. But guys, that is not really what to do. Prices are stable. They're not going to be dropping. They're stabilizing.
Yeah, so the good news is it's not a crazy market anymore. If you're selling, your house will sell. It'll sell for where it ought to sell in a normal market without 57 offers. If you're buying, you don't have to offer up your first and maybe second born child in order to get the house, waive all inspections, all that craziness. That's pretty much over. There's odd pockets where it still exists, but it's unusual now, which is where you want it. That's the good news. It's a stable market. You have time to make a good decision, not a rush decision, even as the seller.
That's right. So let's talk about this elephant in the room, our interest rates. Yes, they are at a 15-year high, but I know there are some of you out there who bought at a much higher rate, some as much as 18%. I myself bought at 8%. And we focused on our mortgage payment. And as long as we could afford the mortgage payment, we moved through with buying a home.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, 7% is the historical average interest rate in the United States since 1930. Today's rates are actually even lower than that. Problem is, we went from 3.5 to 7 in the space of 3 months, so that's pretty terrifying.
It is.
But that seems to be abating.
Yes.
It seems to be stabilizing. If I were going to bet on interest rates, I would probably act sooner rather than later, but interest rates aren't going to go into double digits anytime soon. They just aren't.
Right. So here's one of my favorite predictions, good old Zillow's algorithms. So what's happening is, with all this crazy changing with the market, Zillow's algorithms cannot keep up with their, how they predict the pricing to be.
Yes, their crystal ball is a little out of whack. It
out of whack.
It needs to go into the shop.
Way out of whack.
And in all fairness, that's not Zillow's fault.
No, it's
just don't look to these algorithms really ever as handed down on stone tablets, because nobody is going into a home and inspecting it. They're evaluating statistics about the house, not the condition of the house or the local market conditions very much. So,
So in a nutshell, what we're saying is you need a realtor. You need human interaction to really help give you a good, solid value on your home. And all of you who know John and I, that we love to socialize.
Gab, actually. But,
yeah, we like to gab.
So,
we would love to meet with you.
And if this is not your year, that's okay. I bet one or more people whose year it might be, who are thinking about buying and selling. And if you'd be kind enough to share our information with them and share their information with us, we will take really good care of them. And maybe we'll get them into the home of their dreams this year or the following.
There you go. So thank you so much for letting us come into your homes today. And until next time, bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.